Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here for Studio Katia. Today we are creating a very cool card using the Creative Dies halftone dot circles, and we're going to be layering all of our die cuts to create a really fun rainbow inspired card. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment from the Studio Katia Cactus Hugs in normal black ink. And let me show you what we're doing it on. So I have a matted set of a card panel ready to go. So we got white, black, and white. The whole thing is going to go on here, and then we're going to stamp our sentiment to keep it very simple. So we are going to begin by running our halftone circle dies, and I have an array of leftover pieces of cardstock, and I really like to keep them all because you never know when you're going to need a little piece. So I'm going to begin by die cutting this whole thing, and let me show you when you pull this out, this die actually comes in several pieces, so you can just use that circle. And I am going to use the whole thing. So I'm going to come back in and grab this guy. And we're going to leave that be. I think like this is just busy enough. It already has the outer, let me show you this. It has the outer cuts right there. So it's just going to cut really, really pretty. And I'm just super excited for that. If you don't want to use that, you could come back in and grab that second circle, and that way you have kind of like a donut shape. And this would be a really fun donut card. I might have to do that in the future. So we're going to grab our Gemini, we're going to bring it in, and we're going to set everything up and start die cutting. So I have my mats ready to go, and I'm going to be using the assistance of a little bit of purple tape because this is a 3-step die and I want to do it all in one step. I need to actually come in and kind of attach the whole thing and make it one die, and that way I can really work quite fast die cutting these circles. So I'm going to just put everything as best possible with the most even spacing, and then we're going to grab our purple tape and we're just going to run it across, and that's going to hold these two guys, and then we're going to grab a second of this, and then we're going to attach it. So as you can see, it kind of shifted on me a little bit. You can make your life a little bit easier if you use a piece of cardstock that is larger, slightly larger than what you're cutting, but I really want to maximize my amount of supplies I'm using here. And like I said, we're using scraps for this card. So that one's ready to go. I'm going to run it through my Gemini. And this one's absolutely lovely because it only needs to be cut once. So it's coming. All right, so we're gonna pop this off very gently, and that's what you end up getting. And look how fun that is. So you can just pop all those little circles off. You can use them perhaps for bingo night for at a different time. So we're just gonna finish cleaning that off. If you have a die roller brush, this would be one of those dies that you would really utilize it. But even though if you don't have it, it's still really easy to clean up. So we're gonna set that aside, and then we're gonna continue on. So we're gonna, let me just shake this off in my trash can. And I think the hardest part of this is actually getting the die, the little die cuts off your cardstock. So next, I'm gonna bring in again another little scrap, and I'm gonna actually leave it like this because it serves as a nice little template. It adds a little more pressure and it's just fine. So again, we're gonna run it through our Gemini, and so we're gonna continue this process of using a template from the halftone circle dies for our card. Alrighty guys, so I fully cut all of these, and I added that black because I felt that the black was gonna go really nicely, but look how fun these are and really intricate. So we're gonna move on to assembling our card. So I have my card base ready to go. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna layer all these guys, but of course we're not just gonna do it the normal way where all the circles are lined up. And the reason why not is that it loses the whole point of having this circle. So we're gonna do, we are actually going to just switch them around as we go. But before we do that, I'm just gonna place it where I want it, and that way I make enough room to stamp. So we're gonna stamp our sentiment first, and the reason why is, as you can see, you would never be able to get that stamped down there. So I'm gonna ink this up with the happy birthday. And then we're going to come down, stamp down again, and then we're going to lift. And now we can begin assembling the card. So you can do two ways. You can use clear glue, or you can use the runner glue for your circle. So in my case, I'm going to use the runner just because it makes it cleaner and easier. All right, so we're going to begin with the assembly of this. So we're going to begin with the purple, just like how we had started our die cutting. And I'm just going to add a quick little dot of adhesive. We're going to place that because this is really going to be the main marker for where things are going to go. So we're going to move on to the pink. And guys, this is another super easy way to reuse all your scraps. We're going to shift it just a little bit. Move on to my yellow. And I'm finding that if you add some of this adhesive on the thicker parts of your die cut, it kind of just sticks a little better. So you do want to make sure that your circles are even. The inner circle is completely even, but the outer circle doesn't necessarily have to. So as you can see, that one popped off, and they're going to pop off if you're not using enough adhesive on them. So super easy fix. Okay, I'm happy with that. Move on to the blue. So if you use liquid adhesive, I think it gives you a little more wiggle room to like move them around if need be. And I'm just going to continue adding these. And I just love reusing these different dyes for, different purposes. It kind of just really extends the use of our supplies. So I am almost done. I'm adding these last couple halftone circles. Want to remind you guys to click subscribe. This will notify you about new videos here on the Studio Cadia channel. And you have me, Crystal Thompson, and you have other wonderful and talented designers. Everybody has their own little style. So it's really fun to see the Studio Cadia products using variation of techniques and looks. And it just really allows you to be inspired by what these ladies are making. So that's the last one. So you can see I was just shifting it enough to see if I could get all of the colors on this. And then at this point you can embellish if you like. I'm going to let it be. It's actually quite heavy, so this is going to require a little extra postage. But other than that, I'm very happy, and look how thick that is. So guys, subscribe. Get notifications. This is Crystal Thompson. Have an amazing day.